What if the moment that decides your eternal destiny doesn't happen when you die, but right now? We've all heard stories of people on their deathbed begging for forgiveness, whispering prayers, or seeing flashes of light. But what if the truth is far more unsettling, that the universe doesn't wait for your last breath to decide where your soul goes next? Every thought, every emotion, every tiny choice you make in this exact second is shaping your afterlife, silently, invisibly, and permanently. Science can explain how your heart stops. Religion can tell you what might come next. But there's a hidden layer, a spiritual physics that connects your daily consciousness to your eternal destination. This isn't superstition. It's cause and effect on a cosmic scale. The afterlife isn't something that happens to you. It's something you're building, second by second, with your own energy. So before you scroll away, ask yourself, if your life ended tonight, what kind of vibration would echo after your final breath? Would it be peace or regret? Stay until the end, and you'll see, the moment that decides your destiny isn't waiting for you after death. It's already happening inside you right now. Most people believe they can live however they want and make things right in their final moments, as if the universe takes last-minute apologies. But what if I told you the gates of destiny close long before your final breath? Every emotion, every thought, every choice leaves an energetic fingerprint that shapes your soul's vibration. By the time you're whispering, "Forgive me," your soul is simply echoing the frequency it's been building for decades. Your last second doesn't decide your afterlife, your patterns do. The universe isn't a judge with a gavel, it's a mirror reflecting your true essence back at you. Those who spend their lives in resentment, selfishness, or denial will face that same energy when the curtain falls. And those who lived with compassion, presence, and awareness? They'll move toward a lighter realm, not because of luck, but because that's what they've become. Here's the part that shocks most people. The moment of judgment isn't at death, it's happening right now. Every decision you make today, to be kind or cruel, honest or fake, tilts your soul toward one side of eternity. The invisible moment that decides your destiny isn't your last breath, it's this one. Right here. Right now. Imagine if every thought, word, and action you've ever made was quietly logged into a secret account, invisible but real. Every time you help someone without expecting anything back, a deposit of light is made. Every time you hurt, deceive, or ignore what's right, a withdrawal occurs. No bank statement, no alerts. Just the silent accumulation of what you truly are. And when the final breath comes, the universe opens that ledger, and the balance decides your direction. The shocking truth is that you can't fake this currency. You can donate millions, post good deeds online, or say all the right words, but if your intention is polluted, the deposit never clears. Meanwhile, a small act done in pure love can ripple through eternity like compound interest. The spiritual system doesn't measure what you do, but why you do it. The motive is the multiplier. Right now, as you listen to this, your balance is changing. Every second, every choice, every emotion is shifting the numbers on your unseen account. You might look successful on earth, but the question that will echo beyond the grave is simple. Were you rich in light, or drowning in spiritual debt? They say that in your final moments, your whole life flashes before your eyes. But what most people don't realize is, it's not just a replay. It's a reliving. You don't just see what you did, you feel it. Every cruel word you spoke, every kindness you offered, every choice you made ripples back through your consciousness. You don't get to explain. You simply experience, from the perspective of everyone you ever touched. That moment isn't punishment, it's revelation. You finally understand the weight of your existence, how your smallest actions created waves of pain or waves of light. The laughter you caused vibrates through you like sunlight. The tears you caused sting like acid. There's no audience, no judgmental God pointing a finger. Only you, face to face with the truth of who you became. And here's the most haunting part, that life review has already started. Every time you reflect, every pang of guilt, every spark of compassion, those are previews of the final reel. The movie is being filmed now, moment by moment. When it plays, you won't just watch it, you'll be it. The question is, what kind of story are you recording today? We've all seen it. The kind neighbor who helps everyone but suffers endlessly, and the person who's lied, cheated, or stolen suddenly finding peace or redemption. It seems unfair, doesn't it? But the truth is, the universe doesn't measure morality by public opinion. It measures authenticity of the soul. Being good in the eyes of others means nothing if your heart is fake. And being bad doesn't seal your fate if your heart is transforming. Many live their lives collecting moral trophies, donations, smiles, compliments, yet deep inside, their intentions rot with vanity and control. Meanwhile, a person who's fallen to the lowest depths but chooses one genuine act of love can shift the entire vibration of their being. The light doesn't care about reputation. It responds only to truth. So when the cosmic mirror reflects your life back at you, it won't show your image as the world saw it. It will show the energy behind every choice. The sinner who turned his heart into light will rise. The saint who only performed goodness to be adored will fall. In the end, the afterlife doesn't reward image, it rewards essence. In every moment of your life, there's a hidden space, tiny, silent, almost invisible. Something happens to you, someone insults you, life throws pain in your face, and before you react, there's a flicker of time. Viktor Frankl, who survived the horrors of the Holocaust, discovered that within that flicker lies humanity's greatest power, the power to choose. 3 seconds. That's all it takes to decide whether you rise or repeat your past. Most people never notice that space. They live like puppets pulled by emotion, trapped in automatic reactions. Anger fires, words explode, damage is done, and the moment is gone. But those who master awareness inside that 3-second window become untouchable. They stop reacting and start creating. Their destiny shifts in real time because they're no longer passengers of life, they're the pilots. So the next time someone pushes your buttons, feel the space. That's silence before the storm? That's your test. That's the invisible moment that decides whether you evolve or descend. Because in the end, heaven and hell aren't places you go after death. They're choices you make in those 3 seconds, over and over again. That sudden heaviness in your chest before doing something you know is wrong? That whisper of hesitation, that strange sense of don't do it? It's not coincidence. It's guidance. Every soul has unseen guardians. Call them intuition, higher self, ancestors, or angels, quietly steering you away from chaos. But most people are too busy scrolling, rushing, and surviving to ever hear them. The signals are subtle. The consequences aren't. These guardians don't speak in words, they speak in feelings. A knot in your stomach when you lie. A rush of peace when you choose compassion. A chill when danger's near. Science calls it instinct. Mystics call it alignment. Whatever you name it, that sensation is the soul's GPS, recalculating your path before you crash. Ignore it too many times and the signal fades, leaving you lost in noise. But here's the miracle. The moment you pause, breathe, and listen, the guidance returns, louder, clearer, loving. The universe never stops talking. It just waits for silence to be heard. The question is, when your guardians whisper next, will you still be too distracted to hear them? We talk a lot about betrayal, friends who lie, lovers who leave, people who break promises. But the deepest wound doesn't come from others. It comes from that quiet moment when you betray yourself. Every time you say, I'll change tomorrow, every time you silence your own truth to fit in, a small fracture forms in your soul. You might not see it, but you feel it, that silent ache that no amount of success can fix. The danger of self-betrayal is that it hides behind logic. I had no choice. It's not the right time. At least I didn't hurt anyone. But your soul always knows. Every ignored intuition, every swallowed apology, every compromise of integrity creates distance between who you are and who you were meant to be. That distance becomes a shadow, and the longer you avoid it, the more it controls you. In the end, no external betrayal can destroy you unless you've already abandoned yourself. The afterlife doesn't punish that, it just reveals it. When the veil lifts, you'll feel every moment you knew better and didn't act. But here's the mercy. The moment you choose truth again, even in the smallest way, the cracks begin to heal. Every act of self-honesty is a reunion with your own light. It's easy to think the big moments define your life, the achievements, the milestones, the public victories. But what if your destiny is decided in the seconds no one sees? The way you treat the waiter, the janitor, the beggar on the street, those are the hidden crossroads of eternity. Because the universe isn't watching what you do, it's watching who you are when you think no one's watching. That person you brushed off? In the grand design, they might be the mirror sent to test your soul. Every soul you meet is a fragment of the divine disguised as ordinary. The beggar you ignore could be the one who carries the vibration of your final lesson: compassion, humility, empathy. And if you miss that moment, it's not them who lose something, it's you. Your light dims a little. Your balance shifts. When the curtain of this life falls, the review won't ask, "How much did you achieve?" It will ask, "How deeply did you see?" Every unnoticed act of kindness, every moment of silent respect, every glance of genuine care, those are the deposits that define your soul's trajectory. So next time you walk past someone invisible, remember, the divine often wears rags. We love equations. They make life feel fair. Do enough good things and they'll outweigh the bad, right? But the universe doesn't use math. It uses transformation. 3 good deeds don't erase 1 cruel act. They simply coexist until you change the energy that created them. You can't out-donate your darkness. You can only illuminate it from within. Think about it. A murderer could save 10 lives, but unless his soul truly transforms, the vibration of violence still lingers. The opposite is also true. Someone who's made terrible mistakes can rewrite their destiny the moment their heart genuinely shifts. Because the universe doesn't count actions, it reads frequency. And frequency only changes when consciousness does. So no, you can't play spiritual math games with eternity. The goal isn't to balance the scale, it's to melt it. To become so aligned with truth that the question of good and bad dissolves. What matters isn't how much good you do, but how deeply you become the good itself. People imagine destiny as a grand event, a final judgment, a divine verdict after death. But that's the illusion. Your destiny isn't sealed in some cosmic courtroom. It's being written right now. Every moment you breathe, you're voting for the kind of eternity you'll inhabit. The invisible pen never stops moving. The question isn't, when will I be judged? It's, what am I creating in this second? Most souls live waiting for a big decision to change everything. A miracle, a revelation, a sign. But destiny doesn't strike like lightning. It drips, second by second, through every choice you make. The way you speak to a stranger, the thought you entertain when no one's around, the silence you choose instead of cruelty, these are your unseen turning points. You're shaping eternity in the most ordinary minutes of today. There's no future moment that will suddenly define you. There's only this one, repeating infinitely. Every breath is an invitation to shift your trajectory, every heartbeat a new vote cast toward light or shadow. The moment of decision isn't coming later, it's already here. Right now. And now again. You can fool almost anyone. Your boss, your friends, your followers, even yourself. You can build a life so polished that everyone believes the image you project. But when the final veil lifts, none of it matters. In the realm beyond, there are no filters, no titles, no stories, only essence. The light of truth burns through every disguise until what remains is who you truly are. For some, that moment feels like liberation. The mask drops and their soul shines in its purest form. For others, it's unbearable. Because the facade they wore for decades dissolves, revealing emptiness beneath. The applause, the reputation, the validation, all gone in a single breath. What's left isn't what the world saw, it's what you hid. When that truth arrives, there's no judgmental God pointing fingers, only reflection. You'll see every time you betrayed your heart for approval, every truth you silenced to fit in. The irony? The world you tried so hard to impress won't even be there. Only your soul will. And that's when you realize, the truth was never your enemy. It was your mirror, waiting patiently to be seen. Your life flows like a river, always moving, always carving its path. Every decision, every thought, every emotion adds a new curve to its course. Most people believe they can change direction at the very end, moments before reaching the ocean. But the truth is, the destination is being shaped right now, in every bend, every stone, every current you choose to follow. If your river has been flowing through bitterness, fear, and self-deception, it won't suddenly find peace when it meets the sea. The current carries the memory of every twist behind it. But here's the miracle. While you're alive, the water is still moving. You can redirect it. You can dig new channels. You can change where your soul will merge. The power to shift your flow exists only in the present stream. Every word you speak, every intention you hold, is another drop joining the river that defines your eternity. The question isn't, where will I go after I die? It's, where am I flowing right now? Because the ocean waiting for you isn't chosen at the end, it's chosen every moment you live. Character isn't built in the spotlight, it's revealed in the shadows. When no one's watching, when no one will ever find out, that's when your soul speaks its truth. You find a lost wallet. You face the chance to lie. You scroll past someone in need. No one will ever know what you choose, except you. And that invisible decision echoes louder in eternity than any public act ever could. Because when there are no eyes on you, there are no excuses left. The mask falls, and only intention remains. That's when your true frequency is recorded, not the version you post online, not the persona you sell to the world. The universe doesn't care about your reputation, it cares about your resonance. The unseen moments are where your real story is written. When the time comes to review your life, you won't be judged by how you acted when the world was clapping. You'll be shown who you were when the room was silent. Every choice in the dark is a declaration of who you really are. So next time no one's watching, ask yourself, who's really there, making the choice? Maybe you've lied, hurt people, betrayed yourself more times than you can count. Maybe you think it's too late, that your path is set, your karma sealed. But here's the truth that the universe keeps whispering. As long as you're breathing, you're still in the story. The river is still flowing. The light hasn't stopped calling you home. One genuine moment of awareness can reroute the entire trajectory of your soul. Redemption isn't about pretending the past didn't happen. It's about transforming its energy. The same fire that once burned can now forge. The same pain that once destroyed can now awaken. The universe isn't waiting for perfection, it's waiting for sincerity. Every single next moment is an open door, no matter how dark the one before it was. But don't confuse grace with delay. Thinking, I'll change later, is how lifetimes are wasted. Real change isn't a promise, it's a choice, made right now, with trembling hands and an open heart. The past may haunt you, but it doesn't own you. The light doesn't care where you've been, only where you choose to step next. Imagine sitting in a theater where the only film playing is your life. Every moment, every word, every silence. But here's the twist, you don't just watch it. You feel it. The joy you gave, the pain you caused, the love you shared, the cruelty you ignored, all of it floods through you at once. It's not punishment, it's awareness. And awareness is the most beautiful, terrifying force in existence. You'll see the faces of those you lifted and those you broke. You'll feel the laughter you sparked ripple through light, and the tears you caused echo in the silence. Every moment you thought was small, the smile, the sigh, the kindness you almost gave, it all comes back, not to accuse, but to reveal. To show you the masterpiece or the mess you've painted across eternity. And right now, that movie is still in production. Every second adds a frame. Every choice edits the ending. When the time comes to watch it, there will be no special effects, no excuses, no rewrites, just truth. So before the credits roll, ask yourself, what kind of story are you filming today? In the end, there isn't a judge, a gate, or a scoreboard waiting for you. There's only clarity. The realization that heaven and hell were never destinations. They were states of consciousness you built, one choice at a time. Every second of your life, you've been shaping your eternity without even realizing it. And the good news? You still are. Right now. If you've fallen, you can rise. If you've drifted, you can return. If you've been blind to your own light, this moment, this breath, is your turning point. The invisible moment that decides your destiny isn't in the afterlife. It's here, pulsing inside the space between your next heartbeat and your next thought. So live awake. Love deeply. Listen to your conscience when it whispers. Because one day, when you see the full movie of your life, you'll realize the masterpiece or the tragedy was never written for you. It was written by you. If this message touched you, leave a comment with one word that describes what you're feeling right now. Like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to remember that it's never too late to awaken. Because the next moment, the one you're living right now, could change everything.